Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Breathe and Budget. If you're new here, my name is Taryn, and here we talk all about budgeting, intentional spending, and the way our finances impact our lifestyle. It is time for week 2 of my November budget. This is my husband's first paycheck of the month and our combined second check. So I don't have my iPad charged, so I'm going to just go ahead and do snips of my budgeting spreadsheet while we discuss how I allocated this paycheck. His net income was $2,750, but we are also pulling $132 from our water sinking fund since that bill is due. So altogether, we are working with $2,882 this week. I want to pause for a second and point something out. This is exactly why sinking funds are so powerful, because we set a little money aside each paycheck. When the water bill comes due, it's already covered. We're not scrambling, and we're also not using this week's income. We're using what we intentionally saved for that expense. So, sinking funds are just your way of telling future you, I've got you handled. All right, let's start with fixed expenses for this week. Solar, $199, Kindle Unlimited, $12, Peloton, $44, Google Photos, $2, Spectrum Internet, $116, our gas company, $48, that water bill we just discussed, $132, and then we're going to put away $94 into our Edison sinking fund because we don't actually pay them until the end of the 12-month period, which would not be until July of 2026. So that totals $647, and that leaves us with $2,235 to work with. So for our variable expenses, we have groceries and gasoline, $600, personal spending, $175. That's $775, which leaves us with $1,460 for savings and sinking funds. So this week, we're focusing on our high priority categories, the ones that keep our home and our vehicles running smoothly and help us stay ready for those unexpected moments. Here's what we're adding to each category. Water and trash, again, $20 each paycheck is going towards those because they are not billed monthly and we just like to be prepared. Vehicle maintenance, $200. Vehicle registration, $68. Roadside assistance, $20. Allstate insurance, $100. We are not contributing to the car insurance right now. We have $35 for car detailing. We're not contributing anything to Toothless, which is my husband's car. Home maintenance, $198. Earthquake policy, $100. Home warranty, $30. Pest control, $50. Septic, $6. Yard maintenance is $57. Trees is going to get $80. Coop is going to get $121, and that should fully fund that envelope for the water and feeder that I want to get. Then we're going to put $40 towards garden, $200 towards our deductibles, and then $50 towards home improvement. Altogether, we're putting $1,395 towards sinking funds, and that leaves us with $65, which is going to go towards our 52-week savings challenge, and we're almost done, and the bookmark savings challenge. So that brings us to a beautifully balanced zero-based budget. Every dollar has intention. Every category has purpose. Now let's get to the fun part, cash stuffing time. All right, we are going to be cash stuffing $1,729. $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, $1,000, $1,100, $1,150. I think I'm missing a 50. I should have 8 50s. Why am I missing a 50? There it is. I knew I was missing a 50. Oh my God, what did I say? 800. Okay. 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,300. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,400. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,500. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1600, 1620, 1630, 1640, 1650, 1660, 1670, 1680, 1690, 1700, hopefully this is 29, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. All right, yeah, math is hard today. But that's all good. We have exactly what we need. And I definitely needed to make sure because I actually went to the bank and I pulled all the money that I needed for all my cash stuffings for this month. So I needed to make sure I had just the right amount for this week's cash stuffing. As per usual, we will start in my essentials binder. I'm not ready yet to change envelopes. I still love my midnight flight, so we will still be using that for a while. All right, this is the 75 that I had challenged myself to save last week, and this is going to go towards savings challenges because I did not touch it, which is good news. And then we are going to go ahead and put another 75 and challenge ourselves not to touch that. And this is going to go in towards savings challenges, which I will be filming next and hopefully posting within like a day of posting this video. Okay, so I went ahead and I did actually, yeah, it's totally different than what I normally do. So I did 3 20s. Let me see if I can find the nicest ones since it's going to go towards savings challenges. There we go. And then I just did 110 and 15 because some of my savings challenges, it's just better if I have larger bills. I don't need to put like $25 bills into an envelope. So that's the 75 I'm going to challenge myself not to spend. And then my husband is going to go ahead and get 100. English is so hard. And I give him the less desirable bills because he could care less what they look like. And I prefer to have nicer looking bills in our long-term envelopes just because it actually is more gentle on the envelopes. Let's make sure that this is 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Fabulous. Okay. And that is it for our essentials binder. All right, I don't normally have this set up like this, but I changed it because what I would like to do on camera is show you how I track how much I have in each category. I do it 2 ways. One, I use the bucket system in Ally. So it is literally separated in, let's say, the one savings account I have for all vehicle related stuff. I know exactly how much is for our emergency fund, our vehicle maintenance fund, insurance. It's labeled in the buckets. However, I am also a pen to paper girly. I will die on that hill. So I also like to keep it like handwritten in this book. So let's get into it. This is my high priority binder. This is the new vintage Wonderland collection. I have a transparent sheet with vinyl as just my high priority, but how beautiful is that? So that is available in the shop. And the Rowan binder, some of the colors have gone pretty fast, so definitely check it out if you were planning on it. So vehicle maintenance. This is the oak in the Rowan collection. This top dashboard, Simplicity, is the ultimate sophistication. This is from Aesthetic Dollar, Emily. And then this one is from my shop. I just thought that paired really nicely. And I think it matched the oak binder really well. So this is what I do. I just basically have an expense tracker, even though I'm saving, but if I have to pull money from it, I will just hit minus. So it's basically an expense savings tracker, both. And so I have it for all of the categories. These particular inserts are from the Aesthetic Dollar as well. So I'm going to try to update these as we go. All right, vehicle maintenance. In the bank, we have $2,200. That is exactly what it says here. And today we are going to go ahead and add $200. Meaning we will have $2,400. And I just put November because I add to it monthly. So I just put the month. I hope that with my explaining and talking, I don't actually forget to cash stuff like I did that one time with my deductibles envelope. We'll see. Okay, that's vehicle maintenance. Now we're going to hop into vehicle registration. Let's see. That's on the back side over here. So we have 432. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 32. Perfect. So this is also like a checks and balances for me. Like when I'm in here, I'm able to just confirm that my math is mathing and everything is good. So vehicle registration, we're going to go ahead and add 68. And I did it in 50. I did a 10, 50, 60. I did a 5. And then I did 3 ones. Try to find some nice ones. They were pretty awful this week, I'm not going to lie. Okay. So we are adding 68. Okay, so if I did this right, we should just have 500 now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 470, 480, 495, 496, 497, 498, 499, 500. Perfect. So when I do my cash condensing, eventually this will make it to the bank. I like to take it in 500 increments, and we'll just put a placeholder. So we went ahead and added 68, bringing us to 500, and that was for November. Okay, roadside assistance, we have 140, we're good there, and we are going to go ahead and add 20. So that means we have 160. Yep, I can say words correctly. Let's go ahead and add that. Allstate insurance, so we should have 240. So 150, 170, 190, 210, 220, 230, 240. Perfect. And we're going to go ahead and add $100. And I just did a $100 bill. So now we have 340. Perfect. Car insurance, we're skipping. Okay, moving right along to car detailing. We should have 415. 1, 2, 3, 20, 40, 60, 80, 4, 15. Perfect. And we are going to add $35. I just did that in a 20, a 10, and a 5. So $35. So now we should have 450. Perfect. All right, moving along. Toothless, we are skipping. And I think that is it. Yes, in the vehicle category. So we're going to hop into our home category. Let me just flip that over. Okay, home maintenance. We should have 1802 here. So a lot of this is in, actually all of it is in a high yield savings account. So 1,000, 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, 1,802. So 1,802. And I wanted to be able to put in a $2,000 placeholder. So what I went ahead and did is I'm going to add only 198 so that I can do that. So 100, I did a 50, I did 2 20s, I did a 5, and I did 3 1s. So next time when I do my cash condensing, this will all make it to the bank, and I will put that 2,000 placeholder in here. Just going to put this in the back. So now we are at $2,000 for home maintenance. So we're definitely catching back up after we needed to use some of that. Oh my God, lefty problems. It's so ridiculous. Okay. Earthquake policy. We have 150 and we are going to go ahead and add 100 today. So now we have 250. I need about 900 by August of next year, so we're not doing bad. And then home warranty is going to get 30. So I just did a 20 and a 10. So now we have 240. Okay, then pest control, that is going to get 50. So now we have 330. Perfect. I got to figure out how much it's going to be for this next year because I always pay a year in advance, but they had sent like a little postcard saying prices were going to increase. And at first they were going to increase it in my current year, but I argued and fought that because I prepaid the year, meaning the price that I paid should be locked in, if that makes sense. And I did. I won that battle. But this next year is definitely going to be more. All right, so septic is going to get $6. And I did that because of those 4 ones. I just wanted to make it even. So 6. So that should put us at 170, 150, 165. Yep, so 170. And this is just something we do every 2 years. And I already have enough saved in my high yield savings account for one more pump. This is like, I'm basically working on 4 years from now, which is awesome. So yard maintenance, we should have 443. And I'm going to go ahead and add 57. Oh, look at that star note. Oh, Lord. Let me put that in the back. Okay, I got sidetracked. What am I on? Yard maintenance, 57. So 50. 67. I'm looking at the wrong sheet. I'm looking at the wrong row. Okay. Okay, everything's hard for me today. We're just going to call it what it is. 55, 56, 57. That is what I wanted to do. Okay. So we should have 500. 1, 2, 3, 450, 460, 470, 480, 495, 496, 497, 498, 499, 500. Yay, that'll be a placeholder too. Fabulous. All right, let's move to trees. We have 220 and we are adding 80 just to make it 300. So I did a 50. 60, 70, 80. So this 20, I'm questioning, and I think I will take it to the bank to confirm. I got it from Chase, right from the teller. But you see how big this section is? Do you see how tiny that section is? Do you see how that's not supposed to be that way? So I first off want to confirm its validity. And then I need to look up, does this make it have more value because there is this defect? Like, those things exist. So I'm just like curious to know. But I just thought it was really strange when I looked at it. I was like, this is fake. Okay, so now we have 300. Let me add that. Perfect. All right, chicken coop. What page is that? I kind of have this out of order now. Do I even have that? Am I tracking that? Yes, I am. All right, we should have 479, and I am adding 121. So we're going to do 100, 20, and a 1. Okay. 100, 200, 300, 400, 550, 570, 595, 596, 597, 598, 599, 600. I hope that's enough. In fact, I should probably, oh, you know what? Because we're coming to like Black Friday deals, I should check their website. I should just make that purchase as soon as possible. Okay, gardening. When I created these trackers, I thought I was going in the order as to how I have my envelopes, but clearly somewhere along the way I messed up. Go figure. So we have $160 for the garden, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to add $40. So now we have $200. Okay, perfect. Okay, so for our trash and our water, oh, I actually did not minus what did I say? For the water is 132. So this is kind of how I would do that. So this is for the water. So in, oh my gosh, I can't write. November, 132 is leaving. So I put a minus the 185. So that means we should have, oh my God, why did I put 153? We should just have $53. I don't know what's wrong with me today. This is trash, you guys. I'm seriously talking about water while I'm in the trash. Let me just go to water first. 60. Okay, I did the math wrong. Unless I didn't add what I had in there. No, I did the math right. I should only have 53. Okay, so somewhere along the way, I did not update my tracker. So that's kind of annoying. So I actually have 73. So let me just add 20. In fact, let me just add 40 because that's what I'm adding, another 20. So that's what that means, if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense at this point. I'm confused myself and probably you guys. All right, trash, I should have 163, but if I missed adding that 20 to water, I probably did it to trash. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 83. Yep, I forgot. So let me add the 20. 183. And I'm going to add another 20 today, bringing us to 203. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 3. Perfect. All right. And then Edison, we are going to go ahead and put 90. Did I? Yes, I did. I did add it to my tracker. Hallelujah. Okay. Do I have one for Edison? Yes, I do. So I forgot to obviously update the tracker, so I will have to do that at some point. So we have 361. We are adding 94. So I did that with a 50. 2 20s. And then 4 1s, which is the rest of these 4. 200, 350, 370, 390, 410, 430, 440, 450, 455. I wonder how much it's going to be, like with the prices going up. I don't know. It's just crazy. I pay for solar. I thought I would reduce my like electric bill, and overall I do, but it's just I don't know. It's ridiculous. Okay, so deductibles. So I have 950 in the bank, and we're just going to add 200 today. So eventually I'll put a placeholder. I just didn't want to do placeholders for just 950. However, this is a good time to show the new products that will be launching soon. So if you ever have like an odd amount and you don't want to use a million different placeholders, you can use things like this. So this one says accumulating gracefully, saved secure compounding, building wealth one deposit at a time. So basically I would just put that in there, and then I would write 950 on there. So that'll be coming to this shop really soon. I just don't have a launch date just yet. All right, so that is it for high priority, but I do need to go into my low priority for the home improvement. Okay, this is my low priority binder. I did add new dashboards and bookmarks from the Vintage Wonderland collection. Even though these are kind of like a dark red rose, I really thought that it complemented this binder color. This is the fig in the Rowan. So let me go to, I think I put it in annual. No, I put it in us, home improvement. All right, so what are you getting? $50. Perfect. So now home improvement has 100. Let me update my tracker. So now it has 100. Perfect. All right, we're going to hop into my 52-week savings challenge. And we are on the last section, section 11. So for week 52, we're going to go ahead and put $55. And I saved the star note specifically to put it in here because I'd want to save that bill right now. So 55. And we're going to mark this off. And then the third week of November is when we'll actually officially finish this challenge, because I did the scratch off. It says save your age, so I have to save $42. So that's super exciting. So like next week we are completing this challenge. And then for November, we're going to just go ahead and put $10 to the bookmark savings challenge. This one we will finish like right at the end of December. There we go. All right, friends, that wraps up week 2 of my November budget and cash stuffing. I hope this gave you a little inspiration to stay consistent with your own budget. It's those small and steady choices that build financial peace like over time. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Breathe and Budget for more real-life budgeting each week. And if you want to grab any of the challenges or dashboards I used today, even the envelopes, you can find them in my Etsy shop. Just search Breathe and Budget or use the link in the description of this video or the bio of this reel, wherever you're watching it. And yeah, don't forget to breathe. I'll see you next week for paycheck number 3. All right, that's it for week 2. Everything is balanced, stuffed, and planned with purpose. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for next week's breakdown and check out my Etsy shop, Breathe and Budget, for all the tools you saw in today's video. And don't forget to breathe. See you soon.